Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests who are joining us virtually tonight. A warm welcome to all of you to the 47th meeting of VITP Toastmaster Club with the theme World's Mother's Day. Before I start the meeting, I request all of you to please turn off your mobile phones or keep them on a silent mode. Our club mission is to provide positive and learning experience in which members are empowered, develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Now I hand over a control to our president to call the meeting in order. Please welcome our president, TM Santosh Ibrahim, with huge round of applause. Mr. President, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wasim of Southern Adams. And I would now like to call meeting number 47 of the BITP Toastmasters Club is called to order. Do we have any apologies for today? Any formal apologies, please? The TMOD or the VP can comment on it.
Yeah, we don't have any apologies.
Okay.
So far, so good. All role players are here. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. Can we have the introduction of the guests at this stage? I can only see one guest here, unless my screen is that. Can we have a Toastmaster? Yeah, we have, of course, we will introduce our G a little later, but we have Abid Ali. Abid, would you like to formally introduce yourself, please? Unmute yourself and please introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Santosh. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for extending the invite, Mohammad Vikar. Okay, so but just a brief about myself. Myself, Abid Ali. I work as a service delivery manager with Invenio Business Solutions, and we are the partner company with National Bureau of Revenue, and we are the ones who implemented the VAT in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And I had 30 plus FTEs in the project as well as in the service delivery. And yeah, I think this is very first Toastmasters call. Yeah, Toastmasters call. I mean meeting for me. And yeah, I have not kept any expectation. I'm looking forward to definitely boost my my self-confidence as was introduced by Mr. Wasim, yeah, DTM Wasim, I think, yeah. So definitely, I'm looking forward to contribute to the Toastmasters Club, how much ever is possible from my side, as well as I'm looking forward the learning side also. So which will again boost my confidence and the face of my personal growth and quality. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abid. You are quite a good speaker, in fact.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Anybody is still having any grudges against VAT, you know whom to catch now. And good, Abid. Great. It's great having you here. We all know personally around, but it's good to have you here. And Toastmaster Wasim, you already have a prediction of being the DTM, so you got to work towards that expectation. He's already, Toastmaster Abid has already predicted Toastmaster Wasim to be a DTM now. So you need to work towards it. We are looking forward for more speeches to come from your way, Toastmaster Wasim. So we have, and I would like to welcome our dear members, Toastmaster Niroz and Toastmaster Fatima back after a long break. Let's give all of them a big round of applause. And it's with a very grateful heart, we'd like to welcome our special guest, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar, who is a general evaluator for this evening. Thank you so much for being with us. I know you'll be visiting a lot of clubs, and today we have though a lesser turnout. Our club, you would see the vibrance of a different club like ours. Thank you so much for being with us. And now, can I just ask, in fact, if I've missed any guests, can you, I can't see it on my screen. I don't think I've missed any guests.
Dinesh Kumar.
Dinesh will be introduced later when the TMOD does it. So I'm TMO. I've just welcomed him right now. So do you have anybody else that we have missed out? If then in other case, we'll just go forward for the agenda. Is the agenda in order? Can the Toastmaster day confirm? Is the agenda order any changes?
Nobody, for Toastmaster day, yes, good evening. Until now, nobody apologized or told me that he or she that he will change their plan. So until now, everything is on spot, and we will go on as it is.
All right, thank you so much. So all the speakers are going to be in, right?
He's in, خلاص, so all the speakers are in.
Yeah, Mohammed Al Sai.
No, the first speaker is not in meeting still. Maybe we need to reorder.
Yeah.
Mohammed Sai, because usually he said I will join after 8 because of his family commitment. So that's fine.
Fine.
So
okay. Then in that case, can somebody adopt the agenda with the since you said that there's no changes? Can you adopt the agenda?
I, Toastmaster Muhammad Vikhar, adopt the agenda.
Toastmaster Mohammed Vikhar has adopted the agenda. Can somebody second it, please?
President, I'm DTM Khalid Jalal. With the changes proposed, in case first speaker doesn't come, we can swipe him. With those changes only, we can second the agenda is in order.
Okay, thank you so much, DTM Khalid. So our Secretary Toastmaster Fatima, I hope you take note of this because I'm reminding you because you're coming back after a long time. So just giving you the first assignment to take note of. Right, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Only mothers can think of the future because they give birth to it in their children, is what Maxim Gorky said. Only mothers can think of the future because they give birth to it in their children. What a wonderful verse. What a wonderful phrase. Today, since our theme for the day or the theme for the meeting is World Mother's Day, let me remember the wonderful mothers who give fire to the dreams of the sons and daughters like us. Let us give a memorial to them this evening. There are some of our mothers with us, some of our others maybe may not be fortunate to be with us today, but let us remember them today as we start this meeting, as we all celebrate the Mother's Day together. When asked who inspired them, many of the famous leaders that gave credit to their mothers. And it is nothing surprising. They said it is because of their mothers that they have grown to this extent. And many of us could also say the same thing. Yes, it is because of our mothers and the fire and the encouragement given by mothers that we are what we are today. Now, no, definitely giving credits to the fathers too. A leader is someone who by definition, guides or directs a group. An inspiring leader is somebody who makes everybody around her or him feel good. And giving them the confidence to reach their full potential. And who else in the world, other than a mother, knows the full potential of their mother or of their child, whether it's a son or a daughter? Who else? A mother knows the full potential. Some people need that extra push, and their mothers played in a role in boosting their confidence, and whenever and all the time that they needed it. In an interview with Kat Cole, the president of Cinnabon, she was saying that she's the president of Cinnabon, but she was saying there's one point of time that she was a waitress at Hooters. Now president was saying one point in time she was a waitress at Hooters. When she was a waitress at Hooters and she got a management caliber job, it's quite surprising that a waitress gets a management caliber job, but she got the job and she was not so confident to take it up. Because she wanted to be in a comfort zone. She wanted to break the limits and go forward and do a management kind of a role. But at that point of time, what happened is that her mother took that 19-year-old child close to her, looked into her eyes and said, I want you to be all that you can to rise up to the highest levels possible. Looked in the eyes and said that I wanted you to be all that you can and promise me that you will be the best of what you can be. Today, Kat Cole, the president of Cinnabon, says that it is my mother who gave me the confidence to be what I am today. Mothers often inspire their children to see the big picture. Now, I'm sure you'll agree with what I say. In a rare personal interview with Bill Gates says that during his wedding time, his mother had given him an inscription or a card. In that card was written this inscription, which says, from those to whom much is given, much is expected. For those to whom much is given, much is expected. His mother died about 6 months later, but Bill Gates still cherishes that card. And the Wall Street article says that, or the Wall Street Journal says that today Bill Gates is doing a lot of social work and a lot of philanthropy work and helping others. And he has done this because his mother pressed him to do so when he started becoming rich with the stocks from Microsoft. So all the good work that you see Bill Gates doing today, his mother was the wind beneath the wings. The mother was the inspiration for him to do good. You know, today as Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club, we salute the big, great mothers who made us who we are and gave fire to our dreams. Welcome to the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club, you know, where IT professionals, the sons and daughters of great mothers, are transformed to become great leaders and great speakers who would lead the way with even greater enthusiasm. One more time, let's welcome each one of you to the 47th meeting of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club. Welcome. Now to move forward, to captain this 47th meeting, and we are almost close to achieving a half century. We are reaching the 50 mark. Just three meetings to go 50 marks. And before I conclude and pass the control to the Toastmaster today, I would like to request that each one of you can give your ideas of how to make our 50 a great half century. And it's been 2 years and we're just coming close to that. We are trying to do brainstorming how to make it as great as possible. Now, to run this meeting, the 47th meeting, we have the Vice President Education with us. Every time, automatically, I keep telling him as a veteran in IT, but then the moment I use the word veteran, it looks as if he's old. But he's a young veteran with a young mind, with a young enthusiasm, all the time doing what he can to the best with the passion. And of course, he is the Vice President Education of our club, as well as he is aspiring to take up bigger roles in Toastmasters. Let's hope he would do that. And now, the captain of the ship today will be Toastmaster Ahmed Albalooshi. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. Captain Ahmed, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, good evening. I hope you had a lovely night tonight, and I hope that you will be having excellent evening with us, with BITP. Be adorable, explore new horizons, escalate great heights, and excel exponentially. The mother, this great creature who gave us everything. I will send a message to her. From the bottom of my heart, I will tell her, in my heart are many memories of the lovely things you have done to me. And today I want to tell you that I am so thankful. So thankful for each one and everything that you have done for me, with the special memories that remains in my mind and in my soul. I cannot say anything, but I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. And I'm sure that everyone over here share with me the same feeling. Moving forward, in Toastmasters, we always try to do good jobs or excellent jobs by spreading the message of support and leadership and communication. I adore life, and this is because it is always adorable. And if you note that for being successful, you need some skills. And when you gain these skills or you approach these skills, then you will get talents. And this is for sure something positive for you in this life. We need to create, to grip or to catch a creativity platform. Adopt the change. So where we can do that, for those who do not know or for those who maybe underestimate this power, Toastmaster is my platform for such change. It is the platform for everyone over here who is approaching to be distinguished. And I'm sure if you or anybody else enter this area, then he is or she will be distinguished in the future. But without commitment and discipline, we will never reach anywhere. We will be just wasting our time for nothing. Remember, we can make a big difference if we as human want to do that. Now, I'm sure that I have more than this time, but I don't want, because we started late, so I will just utilize the time and I will move directly to the agenda. And let us start with these people, with our colleagues, with our members in the club, and let's start flourishing our mindsets with our roles. Let me first of all introduce our timer. Our timer is Toastmaster Wasim Khalid, and he's also our sergeant at arm, working as a network and security administrator in public sector. He loves doing exercises, reading, gaming. He chartered with us. He's a charter member of BITP. Also, he's a member of the BITP XCOM as sergeant at arm. Toastmaster Wasim, please read your role objectives. Wasim, Toastmaster Wasim. Is he with us or he's busy? Okay, we will go for.
Thank you. Thank you, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Good evening once again, all of you. Am I audible, TMOD?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
My responsibility as timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, amber, and red background. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will just change the background to green. At 1 minute 30 seconds to amber, and at 2 minutes red. The formal speech is 5 to 7 minutes given to all speakers. At 5 minutes, I will change the background to green. At 6 minutes, amber. At 7 minutes, red. The individual evaluations should be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will change the background to green. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds to amber. And at 3 minutes, red. 30 seconds grace period will be given to all speakers. Thank you, TMOD. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Wasim, for introducing your role. Now we will go with our grammarian. We'll introduce our grammarian. Our grammarian is nobody but our lovely Toastmaster, Fatma Farzana. She is an inspiring person, a multitasker, a lifelong learner, and enthusiastic determiner. Her interests are baking, reading, and playing tennis. When she takes a role, he gives whatever it takes to make it perfect. Please, Toastmaster Farzana, please read your roles or your role objectives about that grammarian.
Thank you, Mr. TMOD, for that wonderful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the phrase of the day. For today's meeting, the word is adore, which means admire, treasure, cherish. Examples of using the word: he absolutely adores his wife. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day in their speeches. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you very much. What adorable introduction for her role. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Farzana. Now we will go for our third role player, which is our counter, which is nobody but our, again, brave, smart treasurer, Toastmaster Ahmed Albalooshi. He's a Cisco specialist, which I believe, if you don't know Cisco, it means maybe security. I don't know, but I'm sure that this is the place. Cisco specialist at Kano School. He's a member of BITP XCOM as treasurer. Top skills and technologies, devoted husband, friend, loves to help others. Toastmaster Albalooshi like reading books, music, and he loves playing cricket. Toastmaster Albalooshi, please read your role objectives.
Thank you very much, Mr. TMOD, for that introduction. Wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as a crunch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Albalooshi. Thank you very much for each perfect professional introduction for your role. Now we will go for our general evaluator, TM Danish Kumar, a superintendent by provision in Al Khurafi Construction Company in Kuwait, currently serving as VP in American Society of Safety Professional, Kuwait Toastmaster Clubs. He's from Area 19, Division E, District 20. And I believe TM Danish, he's one of the excellent members of Toastmasters. We would like to welcome him in our club, and it will be an honor for us to introduce him. TM Danish, please read your role objectives as a general evaluator.
Thank you very much. Let me correct to all the Toastmasters. I am the Toastmasters only, not the TTM. Thank you very much. Mothers, we all are here today because of only mothers. If our mothers were not there, we all were not be here today delivering this speech or conducting the meeting. Mothers are always there for us when we open our eyes first time. Our mother was likely the first person we saw, and she or they have been our side ever since. Moms are the only people who know the true meaning of the 24/7. Thank you, Toastmasters of this evening. Adorable Toastmasters Ahmed Albalooshi. I apologize if the pronoun is not clear. And fellow adorable Toastmasters of this club and honored and adorable guest, good evening. Please allow me adore and say a very big thanks to BPPR Toastmasters Muhammad Vikaruddin for what? He invited me as a general evaluator? No. I say thanks and adore him for my promotion in the Toastmasters, who today removed my tag from a timer to the general evaluator. In general, people are Toastmasters or club division area. They ask me, Dinesh, can you be a timer today in my event? Yes, sure, I can be if I am free at that day. So thank you for that, Toastmasters Vikaruddin. You give me a promotion from timer to a general evaluator. I think I feel very high feeling for that when the word the general, like the inspector, general inspector, very big. Thank you very much. Since I am visiting your club, first time, if I am not mistaken, and not familiar with all your faces as well as with the names of. So before I proceed to describe my role, I would appreciate if you all can rename accordingly your role and designation as I did. You can see in my window, general evaluator, guest, Toastmaster, Dinesh Kumar Pal. So put your like that. If you are not any taking the role, you are the guest and the Toastmaster, guest, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal, or Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal, or only if you are non-Toastmaster, guest followed by your name. So it will make easier my task to identify and giving the feedback. For the benefit of the guest, if they are the non-Toastmasters is here, why is the role of the general evaluator important? Since Toastmaster is a non-profit organization and it runs on the people who voluntarily give time to serve the organization in various capacities. So there need to be someone who is responsible to observe a meeting and pick what the club did well as a commendation and what the club can improve upon the recommendation. My role is divided into three parts. First is to be lead the evaluation team during the evaluation session. Second, getting the reports from the timers, grammarians, and the accounters, which I will do after the speech evaluation get over. Last but not the least is my role. I shall give my general evaluation of the overall meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmaster Ahmed Albalooshi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dinesh. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry for not saying your position or your title as a DTM, but you look like a DTM. For me, you are a DTM. Thank you very much for joining us, and I appreciate that.
Even somebody asked about the same for him. He says he's dedicated Toastmaster. That is a DTM.
Yes, that's a DTM. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad. Thank you very much for that information. Now we will go for our speech session or education session, where we will be listening to some of our talented speakers who we learn from the skills and the basics of the Toastmasters. These are for the BITP, we call them the mission of BITP. We really thank them for taking over the roles of speakers. But before that, before I introduce the first speaker, let me introduce the first evaluator for the first speaker, who will be the Toastmaster Muhammad Faqaruddin. He holds a master's degree in computers and computer application, holds various professional certification in project management, security systems, and networking. Member of BITP Toastmaster Club since January 2020. Executive committee member as the club vice president public relation. He's an area council club growth director, TDD. BQD public relation marketing coordinator for District 20. Currently working with information and with IGA, actually, Information and E-Government Authority in Bahrain. Please read the objectives of the first speaker, which is DTM Khalid Jalal. Go ahead.
Thank you, TMOD, for this brief introduction of mine. The speaker, DTM Khalid Jalal, is attempting his project Understanding Your Communication Style. About the speech objective, the member will deliver well-organized speech about some aspect of communication styles. The member may choose to speak about his own communication style or the impact of communication style on him. The speech may be humorous, informal, or any style the member chooses. The speech should not be report on the content of the Understanding Your Communication Style project. I wish my speaker good luck as an inspiration leader for our club. So hope I will learn a lot from this project from him. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad. Now, who will be with our first speaker, who's nobody but a champ by all means. He is with us tonight, although he did not have enough hours to rest and sleep. He is running from here to there just to make sure that he is meeting his roles and responsibility as a division director. DTM Khalid Jalal, he's a senior group ICT manager at GARMCO. He's a Toastmaster International TMI Division C Director, moderator and speaker in events and conferences. He's a great mentor, a great coach, top skills and technologies, devoted friend, loves to help others without waiting for any reward. And he had done great job with Division C when he chartered almost 5 or 6 clubs, new clubs. This is amazing achievement for a period of less than 1 year. So DTM Khalid Jalal will introduce his presentation, the Pathways Presentation Mastery, Level 2, Project 1, Understanding Your Communication Style. Let us welcome DTM Khalid in his speech titled Boundaries of Communications.
I can see most of you here looking at me right now. Listen to me very carefully. I'm going to ask a question. Yes, but not to you, but to a grammarian. Madam Grammarian, can you tell me what is the past tense of the verb say? What is the past tense of the verb say?
Said.
Said. If I heard you correctly, you said S-A-I-D, said, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam Grammarian. Fellow Toastmasters and our special guest, Young Evaluator from Kuwait, I welcome you all today, Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club. You might have read a lot of books or even Google on the internet, communication styles. And I'm sure you must have read so many styles available around the world. But since we are all Toastmasters in this meeting, since we all following the pathways, and since Toastmaster has a platform called Pathways Platform, they have come up with a special style of communications, which summarizes almost all the styles around the world. What are they? S for supportive, A for analytics, I for initiating, D for direct. SAID. It's very simple to memorize. Now, what are they and how are they impacting me and how I follow them? Most of you know, and if you don't know, I'm just releasing it right to you. It's going to go big news tomorrow in the newspaper. I'm a married person. So it will be a headline tomorrow in all the magazines. So I'm a married person. So for any married person, if you're an employee in your company, if you're a boss at your work, trust me, you have a boss at home. Now, I also have a boss at home. Now, when I reach home, I'm not the boss. She is the boss. So I have to change my tone to make sure she's happy. I have more bosses at home. I have a 7-year-old boss. She also needs to be treated in a special manner. She wants to be loved and supported by her father. When I talk to them, or my children, my family, my colleagues, my Toastmaster colleagues, I need to be very careful the way I talk to them. I need to be with them as I'm supporting them. So when I talk to them in that tone, that politeness, and that supportive feeling, that, if I summarize, that makes me a person whose communication style is very much supportive. But is that the only communication style? No, let's talk to something else. I said SAID, so where does I come from? Initiating. I was a type of person who never used to start a communication with anyone. I used to be a very quiet person. Those who know me from before joining Toastmasters, they can witness it. Since I've joined Toastmasters, my whole attitude has changed. I have to go and talk to people, either the prospect to the club, the members to the club, or their guest in the club. I need to approach them and talk to them and find out what they're expecting from the club, what do they want. If I take them to my work environment, I go to my staff and ask them what problems you're facing, how you need help, what type of training can help you in making your job much better. So I initiate the whole discussion with them so that they're feeling comfort zone and we communicate better. And that's important for us. When I talk analytical is how my boss wants me to talk to him. Come with facts and figures. If you want a budget, tell me where you're going to spend the budget, what is the ROI, and what is the duration of the ROI. If you prove it, budget is approved. Bang. So I have to change my style to be more analytical when I talk to a person like him. But when I talk to a person like my wife, no analytics works, no computers, no Excel works. What she says, that is important. But I need to change my style to my boss. Not at home, at work. Now, this is the type of analytical style. Sometimes we need to get the work done. We're all professionals, we're all IT professionals. We have deadlines. And we have people at different caliber. Some of them, they want to learn. Some of them, they really want to deliver. Some of them, they create troubles on purpose. To handle different people, we deal with them differently. Either we meet with them in a supportive way, or we initiate discussion and find out their problems, or we give them some analysis, how they should come and improve their work, what KPIs they can follow. But some deserve to be ordered. I used to be a person who was very direct, give instructions, order, implement right now. This is instruction, no more questions. But as I've grown and as I've learned in Toastmasters, that is not the only way. You need to empower people. But still, we need to order them. We need to command on them so that the work is completed on time. Now, when I did a survey about my own style, when I asked my colleagues to fill some questionnaire about me, what is type of my communication style with them and with others, and I found mostly I'm no more a direct communicator style. I used to be. I'm more of supportive and initiating, because I feel the more I sit with the people and initiate a discussion, support them in what they're lacking, it works better for their improvement as well as it's good for my health. Because the more I get angry and give orders, the more resistance I will get. So these are my type of communication style, initiating and supportive. I'm sure you have your own styles. Make sure they work for you and for your colleagues. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, DTM Khalid, for such adorable speech. I told you, you will love what DTM Khalid presents. Thank you very much for such speech. You don't go to DTM Khalid because you will be the evaluator for the next speaker. So without introducing you, because you have already introduced yourself with your speech, please read the scope and objectives of the speech for the Toastmaster Dangagar, who is opening his mic. Please close it. Thank you. Toastmaster Amran. Toastmaster Amran, please can you close your mic, or somebody who has the admin? Okay, thank you very much. DTM Khalid, please read the objectives and the scope of the speech for Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao for the second speech.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Speaker, Mr. Gangadhar Rao, is a very experienced speaker and evaluator. And today he's attempting his first project of his second part, which is the icebreaker. So once again, history is repeating for him, and he's going to break the ice for himself. The purpose of his project is for him to introduce himself to all the members in this meeting and to learn the basic structure of public speaking. For the timer, please note he has 4 to 6 minutes as his icebreaker speech, and I wish him all the best. Back to you for the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DTM Khalid. And now, myself and Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao in a race who will be finishing the second pathway. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao. He is a motorcycle riding lover who also adores music, seasoned IT professional who is working with KPMG management, living in Bahrain for the past 25 years. I would give him the Bahraini passport. Workaholic, enjoys specializing in social services. He loves to help others. A great person who I had the honor to meet him and know him. He will be performing his dynamic leadership way. The level 1, the first speech, which is the icebreaker. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao in his speech, "What is my purpose?" Please welcome with me Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for such a wonderful introduction. Am I audible and visible? Am I good?
You are perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. What is my purpose? That is a question to myself and for everyone in the audience, just for a second to say, what is my purpose? Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a very good evening to you all. I was looking for an answer for this question for last 25 years, from the time I have grown and I've come to know about the world, everything. And I was searching everywhere. Normally, we look for a purpose at work, at home, at outside society, everywhere. Their purpose is changing every day according to the situation. But I was looking for that one purpose as a person, not according to my role played in the life as a different roles. For many of us, the enemy is old-fashioned complacency. We get into our routine. We distract ourselves. The couch is comfortable and the Doritos are cheesy and nothing new happens. This is life. That is what is our complacency. This is a problem for us. When do we get out of our comfort zone to get to know our purpose? To do this, I started my journey at different levels to find out. I started as, of course, we all did our childhood, everything, but our major maturity starts when we start working. When I started my employment, I thought working is my purpose. The work is my purpose. Work is worship. Everything I was relating to work, because there was always good appreciation at work, employee of the month, shukran, this thing. I thought this is the purpose of the life. Then I realized, no, this is not the purpose of life. Then I started as a good family member, as a good husband. But obviously, you never get a husband of the year or husband of the life award in your life. Everywhere you will get it. Then I kept that aside. I try to be a good father, which is my responsibility, not as a purpose of life. This is where I was still looking for the purpose of my life. Then I thought, okay, let us go out of my comfort zone, go to society, be a good citizen, help people in society, do everything. Unfortunately, I landed up, instead of society, I landed up in social media. I become a addict to social media, Facebook, WhatsApp. I thought this is the society. Again, lost the track. After all these things, when it comes to a question of the what is my purpose, even one day in office, my company asked me, come tomorrow to office and tell me what is your purpose at work. And I was blank. What is my purpose at work? Go to work and get salary. But I cannot say that. I have to lie. No, my purpose is to serve a company, this thing, all these things. Really, finally, when I was searching for this, I found this beautiful message from the most sacred person on the earth, from Mr. Dalai Lama. I found that our prime purpose in our life is help others. If you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. This is the quote I really caught my eyes. I just got into it. Then I decided my purpose is in the life is don't hurt anyone. Forget about helping others, which is equal to helping more than others. So what is your purpose in your life? Please find out and help yourself. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster. What a lovely speech. Adorable as usual. Now we will go for our third speaker. I hope he reaches. Muhammad Sai, are you here?
I don't think he's in Toastmaster Ahmed.
He just messaged me, told me that he is joining now in a minute.
He's not come yet. Maybe you can move into the table topics, and then we can take him later. If that is the case.
Is it okay? Is it okay if we take him? Because the next topic will be the table topic.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think we should save time because he's not in now.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he came in now.
He's coming.
So, Toastmaster of the day, I have one suggestion. When you spotlight the speaker, can you please pin the timer also? I forgot to pin the timer. I was just blind at time.
Oh, really?
So,
timer,
so when you spotlight the speaker, if it could add the timer as well as on the screen, that would be useful for the speaker.
I thought it's by default he will do that. Toastmaster Muhammad, you're with us. Okay, good. That's great. Now we will move to our third speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Sai. But before that, let me introduce the evaluator, our evaluator, another great person who I had the honor to meet and know him. And I know him before the Toastmaster, but I knew him much more after I joined the Toastmaster. He's the general manager of an international IT consulting company, IT People. And currently he's the president of the BITP Toastmaster Club. He is a Toastmaster since 2002. Participated and won several contests, debates, and events in the first episode of Toastmaster till 2009. He was the area champion for the international speech in 2003. We joined Toastmaster with us, the ITP, the champions, in 2019 as Vice President Education. I am his successor, actually. So after a decade, the 2019 area level international speech champion. Currently, for this year, he's the current second prize winner for international humorous and evaluation for the Area 3 contest. Toastmaster Santosh, please read the objectives for Toastmaster Muhammad's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for that wonderful introduction. I feel so elated. Now, my speaker, or the speaker for today, Toastmaster Mohammed Al Sai, is attempting his L1 project from the path Presentation Mastery. And the subject line of the speech is evaluation and feedback. And for the purpose of everybody here, the purpose statements of this speech is, the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. In other words, he will be presenting a full-fledged speech with an opening, body, and conclusion. And this speech will be later on, he will be presenting as a separate speech. And based on the evaluation that he receives from this speech, he will be presenting another speech again, implementing that feedback. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. That's all. It's simple as that. It's the first project of the after the icebreaker. I wish good luck to the speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Santosh. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Mohammed Sai, I know him from the Toastmaster Club, and he is enthusiastic. He's a person who would love to advance his skills and presentations and leadership and communication. He's a principal at Arcapita Investment Management, 23 years of experience in technology, has an MBA from the University of DePaul, excellent learner, and this is his second speech in the role after he delivered his icebreaker. I'm his mentor, and I saw that he is eager to learn more and to be more professional in the speech level of, in presenting and giving a better speech during any contest or event or conferences. I wish him all the best. He will be presenting his presentation mastery level 1 evaluation and feedback in the first speech, as Toastmaster Santosh said. Let us welcome Toastmaster Muhammad in his speech. Clement, change.
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I didn't get a chance to check my microphone, so you all can hear me, correct?
You're absolutely good.
Okay.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Thank you. Sorry, and one more check. How much time do I have?
You have 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, can you ping yourself as well with Toastmaster Muhammad?
Yes, TM Muhammad, the time is 7 minutes and 30-second grace period will be given to you at the end of 7 minutes.
All right, the timer is spotlighted.
Yes, so you can see the timer, all right?
Yeah, great.
It's okay because Toastmaster Muhammad, he's learning the objectives and the way that the Toastmaster is what was his second speech. So we understand all these things. Please go ahead. It's your turn.
So thank you and for giving me the opportunity to present again my second one, actually icebreaker. So my topic is climate change. We all notice climate changes, and we feel the impact on the on the earth, on the weather, on the air we breathe, and how it impacts our lives, our health. And we have, with the COVID-19, seen dramatic changes, especially that we've seen positive changes because airlines are banned, and there are times that people, today people don't fly as much, and people don't travel to work as much. Students are staying home, and that means less carbon dioxide and less pollution and less of all these harmful gases. We see in Bahrain, I'm sure everyone noticed how the sun rises and how it sets. The colors of the sky is different. We see blue. We don't see blue much in Bahrain. We always see yellow or gray. Especially if you look at the horizons and you see towards west or east, you will always see a layer of orangish yellow kind of cloud. And you always think to yourself, I don't know how I'm going to breathe all of this. But now with the COVID-19, I feel, let everything with the negative part of the COVID-19. The positive side, we have more time to spend with our families, and more time to enjoy this air. Now, you see especially this year, you've seen how people have felt the winter. People had, although Bahrain didn't get much rain, but we had good weather, it's clean. Many countries didn't see snow. Look at Texas. Texas this year has gotten snow, ice, everything. And it's amazing. You see the impact of how the pollution is impacting all of us, impacting the weather. Even when I go diving, and when I go diving now, because people don't go, most fishermen, some still go, but not as much as they used to. So I see, when I dive, I see more fish, more nature, more everything. I see things recovering. Places that I used to dive, it used to be gray. Now I see some more life in it. And that's amazing. Even, blue skies. I don't remember seeing much blue skies. The moon at night, you really see a circle, a white circle, not yellow or grayish or something like that. It's amazing. The only problem now is, now we have more people going out, leaving their trash on the floor. So we have, crossed out one part, and now we have another issue to deal with. We have people who leave their trash after having fun, their barbecue and everything. They just dump everything on the floor and leave. And that is very sad. And now, what are you going to do about it? And when you see someone throwing something on the floor, when you see, you go camping by the beach and you see, you had fun, you collected all your trash and all your garbage. And we have something now, it's like a kind of a trend on, especially for people who are more into outdoors. Myself, I every year spend about 2 to 3 weeks in the desert in Saudi, cruising different areas. And the saying is, leave the place better than it was. So if you go somewhere, leave it better than it was. So if you go there, you collected all your garbage and your trash and the leftover food, make sure you collect. If you see something close by that you can collect, please collect it. And don't just leave it on the floor in a plastic bag. No, take it outside to the closest trash can or whatever, a place where people leave the trash so it can be collected and not neglected. And thank you for the opportunity. And I hope I have made an impact on you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed. Thank you very much for the speech. I adore the speeches that focus on the nature and fight against the pollutions and try to send a positive message to the society. We need to stick together and help each other to make a better community, cleaner, safer for our next generation, for ourselves, for our families, for our people. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mohammed, for sending such a positive message. Now we will go for our next session, which will be the table topic session. I already introduced the Toastmaster, who is the Toastmaster, the table topic master, who's nobody but Toastmaster Muhammad Faqaruddin. Please welcome with me Toastmaster Muhammad to present his session of table topics.
Thank you so much, TMOD, for my little introduction. Thank you for that. Now, the session that is table topic, think out from your feet. And most of the people afraid to take this as a table topic because the topic is coming from out of the box. Have you seen the prepared speeches, which is you are known what you are talking in the speeches, that is prepared speeches. Evaluation, already you have noticed, and what speaker says, again, you have to reply to that. But now the table topic is for not prepared anything, and whatever the topic we have to give it to you, you have to speak 1 to 2 minutes as our timer already specified the time criteria. So I will not take much time. So now, most awaited session, I would like to share my screen, which is, we have here the speakers. Most of them are, I am writing here in the wheel. We have here the speaker, Niros. We have Farzana. We have Ahmed Albalooshi. We have Gangadhar Rao. We have TM Khaled. Timer I cannot say because he's our timer. Now we have a guest called Clark. Now I would like to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen. But before you continue, Toastmaster Muhammad, I was sorry, I had to say that before I give the handover to Toastmaster Muhammad. In the chat, you will be seeing a link to vote for the best speaker. So we save the time. Please, everybody go there, click the link and vote for the best speaker. Thank you very much and sorry for the interruption.
Okay, these are the speaker I selected. I forget to add Toastmaster Muhammad Al Sai. He also part of our table topic. If I miss anyone or anyone is afraid to take the participate as our DTM dedicated Toastmaster Dinesh, he said he is a Toastmaster. So now the wheel will stop. So I'm starting now.
Toastmaster Vikaruddin, can you add Amit, Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Abid Ali is there?
Nice suggestion. I think instead of the role
we already spoke. Yeah.
Okay, so now I will add another 2 names as well. So now we will not wait much time. So now Toastmaster Niros, your topic is how many leaderships do you have? Classify minimum 3. How many leadership style do you have? Classify minimum 3. Over to you, Toastmaster Niros.
Thank you, TM Vikaruddin. Leadership style I have, you said, right?
Yes.
We can't hear you.
Yes. You can hear me now? How many leadership style do you have? Classify
that I have.
Minimum 3, yeah.
Yeah, still we cannot hear you, but it's okay. I can get it from your mouth. Fine. In this case, I have different kind of leaderships. And when I go to work, I have a different kind of leadership at work, as Mr. TM Khalid was explaining today, how I do my leadership qualities and monitor my teamwork and all. So I learned from that as well, because I always being a boss, not as a leader. So from his speech, I thought, yes, from tomorrow itself, I will change myself, not being a boss, being a leader. So I found that there's a different leadership quality that I had, so I had to change myself. And the other part, again, in that speech, he was explaining about the leadership that he has at home. Of course, yes, with my wife, she's my boss. Of course, yes, again, I have to give that role to her, not being a boss from my side. So I want to respect that, and I have, again, to change myself as a leader. And other than that, the third leadership quality, what I see from my side, when I deal with other people. When I deal with other people, again, I kept myself as a boss, not as just as a friend or as someone else. So I really think that I had to change, keep myself, and take these examples and do things in the future, as TM Khalid said, and he's always our inspiration. So of course, yes, I have to do these all changes in my life in the future. So having said that, I have to maintain this again and again and being a very good leader. And I want to become a very good example for everyone. I hope I'm done. Back to you, TM Ahmed.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Niroz. Such a wonderful answer about your leadership styles. I really like it. We'll move on. Now, as our XCOM member mentioned, I added Amit and Abed also to the wheel. So now I will not take much time. Now starting my wheel. Toast, Toastmaster Amit, are you there?
Sir, I'm here.
Oh, great. Now for you, the table topic. What are the methods of interaction you use while you are speaking? What are the methods of interaction while you speak? Over to you, Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you for giving me opportunity on talking to a subject that I usually do in my day-to-day work. So interaction basically is two type. One is formal, one is informal. And in formal, when you interact with people in person, there you do not talk only, and there you express as well. So you're looking at your gesture, your mood or your body language. There is some message that is passed on to the team members. So this I usually use very often. What I'm trying to say, I make them understand in different way. That is one part. And other interaction, I let them interact. The method they want to understand, they want to think, I let them drive the show, and there I give my input and put my words in such a way that it goes through to the team. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. Such a wonderful answers you have shared over here while you're interacting. I will take some feedback from you. So now we'll move on. So now Will is starting again. And who is our next table topic speaker? Yeah, this is our new speaker, Toastmaster Mohammed. For you, there is a table topic for you. Are you there, Toastmaster Mohammed Al-Sai?
Yes.
Great to have you over here.
Thank you.
The topic for you, what method you use for individual competencies and commitment? What methods you use to assess individual competencies and commitment? Over to you.
Thank you. I was hoping my name would come up. So usually so just to make sure how to assess people, right? Or assess myself?
Yes.
Assess myself?
Assess yourself and the people.
Okay. So usually commitment is about someone sticking to their word and what they when they say something, they commit to it. And you know, commitment, even commitment to work. So if someone is at their job and they should be committed, being there on time, getting the job done, and you know, committing to the task they have, making sure that you know, giving their best and committing to all the things they usually, their daily tasks, working with the other team members, and providing also. Sorry, I forgot. So committing and competency. Okay, so competency is someone who, they have to be competent in what they're doing. So being competent is, how would I say it? Being the best at what they do. They being, having the knowledge of what they're doing. Being competent is doing the work properly. Also, that is being competent. Someone who's not competent, they would play around, not do their job. But positively, you have to be always competent. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Sai. You attempted first time and you done a awesome and exactly what as a able
you have only one time, huh? Because you don't want to be delayed. Okay.
Thank you, TMOD, to reminding. So now I have a last one. So we will see the wheel where will stop for to whom. So now this is our final topic, and we will see who will be our speaker for today's table topic. Normally this table topic, it's only for guests and those who are non-speaker for today. And exactly this will understand. Abed, are you there?
Yes. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, for you is the topic.
I was getting ready. Yeah.
So you will be the next Toastmaster. I hope next week you will join. Our membership officer will send you the form.
Inshallah. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now for the topic for you, tell me something high performance leadership. What do you do? Tell me something high performance leadership. What do you do? Over to you, Mr. Abid.
Yeah, thank you, TM Mohammed Vikaruddin. Yeah. So basically, yes, this is my first ever speech participating in the Toastmaster Club. Yeah. And yeah, so let me directly go to the topic. So the topic is that how I will be a powerful leadership, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, high performance leaders.
High performance leadership. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. See, as some TM Niroz was mentioning that, and even DTM Mr. Khalid Jalal was also mentioning about the difference between leadership and boss, right? So high performance leadership will also comes from someone who should have that quality, okay, who should have developed that quality by the experience being a leader, and also not only from his own experience, also by observing the other good leaders, okay, by taking them mentorship from others as well, and develop the skill of being a good leader, okay. And when it comes to the high performing leader, is where from I mean, my suggestion would be is that to someone who should have who should take the ownership of those tasks or activities or something that is being delegated to the subordinates or the team members. So irrespective of the progress of the task or the particular exercise or activity, the accountability and the ownership, okay, should remain with that leader, and that thought process should be with with the leader. So that is how someone will become a powerful leader and will showcase the leadership also. So that's all I think. Thank you. Yeah. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Abid. And most of the things you have attempted, and I believe you will be also a leader, and also you are doing too many things which is in your day-to-day life. I have seen you personally. You are an ITL expert, not only ITL expert, you are delegating tasks. All those things are there in the high performance leadership. I believe you will be also enjoy the Toastmaster journey while you join to our club. Thank you. And I really thanks to each and everyone who participate over here. And I learn a lot from as well what they're speaking from out of the box, which they have not prepared. And I believe it will be not taking much time. Our TMOD is watching the time. And back to you, TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad. Thank you very much. We are already delayed by around 10 minutes, 10 or 11 minutes. We will move on. We'll see before the end of the session if we can catch up with a few minutes here or there, or do you need to increase, take more minutes? Mr. President, do you think that we need to add some more minutes, 5 or 10 minutes? No need, no need. Okay, good, fantastic. Now I will hand over to the general. Mr. President, we have a business session. Do you want to?
Yes, we have business session. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. It's yours.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Let's move with the start. After the business session, we'll decide whether it's necessary for us to.
Mr. President, I have to go and see my mother. She needs me, so I'll apologize for a few minutes. Okay.
Yeah, but I would need you for the business session. Is that if it's important, you can go. No issues. We'll bring you back later.
Start with me then. Start with me.
All right. Okay. Then let's start across with the business session. BP Education, can you come in with your report first?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Actually, we are on whatever the members that we started the path. Toastmaster Muhammad Saeed, he started already now for the second session. I'm following up with him as a mentor that he continues his pathways. Also, we are trying. I'm trying with other members to come in and join us in other sessions. Inshallah, they will join us. I need through this platform. I'm asking for someone to complete level 2. Any member who was close to the level 2, because we can get the DCP 9, number 9. We can be distinguished Toastmaster club. So I'm handing over this. Anybody who can take over this for the coming 2 or 3 meetings, so we can close level 2 and we get this point. Thank you very much, and back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed. Yes, as Toastmaster Ahmed had said, if anybody can come in with the level 2, and I suppose that Farzana and Toastmaster Niroz are good candidates who can come in. Amit, you are not behind either. If you really make in an effort, we can definitely do that. We still have a few months to go. Till June, there are a couple of meetings lined up yet. And now, can I move on with the Surgeon at Arms right now? Wasim, Toastmaster Wasim.
Mr. President.
Yeah.
I have already started my level 2, so I'll try to complete my level 2 and pass it to the club.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Again, DTM Khalid, you have always been a contributor. Now, that doesn't stop others also to achieve that. Please run the race. And with that, let's move on to the Southern at Arms. Sorry to interrupt you, Toastmaster Wasim. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. The meetings.
You're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
All right. Good evening, Toastmasters of the day and fellow Toastmasters. Here I am back again to conduct the evaluation session. This is the evaluation portion of our meeting. As general evaluator, it is my privilege to lead the evaluation session. And at this time, we look back on our performance and how well we carried out our meeting. Remembering throughout that these are our only personal opinions, all speech evaluators are reminded to evaluate the speech, not the speaker. Timer, please note, each speech evaluator will speak for 2 to 3 minutes. And you can display the signal at 2 minutes the green, 2.5 minutes the yellow, and 3 minutes the red signal. After 30 seconds have the grace period. Let's commence with the evaluation of the prepared speech. I would like to call upon the first evaluator, Toastmasters Muhammad Vikaruddin, who will be evaluating DTM Khalid Jalal's speech, Boundaries of the Communication. From Presentation Mastery Path Level 2, Project 1, Understanding Your Communication Style. Please help me to welcome Toastmasters Muhammad Vikaruddin. Floor is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. My speaker, especially DTM Khalid Jalal, I believe he is a professional speaker. While he starts the speech, attention grabbing focus, and ask Grammarian immediately, tell me about the word. This is very attention grabbing. Then he start his introduction and talk about the communication styles. And he said very well about very short form. Anyone can remember, said, supportive, analytical, initiate, and direct, which is directly, it is coming to my mind. Awesome. So I will never forget that one. And he speak about his personal style while he is using in his office as well as home ministry office. Both offices he segregated, and he given a great example how he is communicating. I personally felt he is a direct communicator. The way which he did, he give only the direction. That is why I felt he is in the highest position in the Toastmasters community. Not only in the club, area, division, beyond this one. I really like it. And he has given a great example which is related to our theme. Exactly, we have to use as a speaker while you're using as a theme, which is women's. And he brought his example of his home ministry about we will not forget, or there is a no rule. There is a no supportive, analytical, initiate, or direct. All communication styles is applies to him directly. Apart from this one, he has shared his about all aspect of communication styles, which is giving not only as a for him, and he is given for others. Those who want to watch his videos, it will be made much beneficial for as a speaker. So he is empowering, not directing, which he has mentioned from his personal. I really enjoy it. But he has to have a personal story while you are sharing about communication styles. Especially, you can say an example of your two stories. You take one story of your office and one story from your home. This two story, if you make like I felt in your office, or I felt like in your home, and watching your communication style, which will be more effective. Apart from this one, he has to stand and speak. This is one thing I need to suggest for him, and I need to see him his physical gesture and all those things. This is much better. I will not take much time. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters Muhammad Vikaruddin, for your so adorable evaluation for the speaker DTM Khalid Jalal. Now we will move the second.
General Evaluator, 1 second. Can I interrupt you? Can you ask the timer to give the timing for the speeches, the prepared speeches? The timing for the prepared speeches alone?
Yes. Yes, Mr. President. DTM Khalid Jalal, 7 minutes exactly. DTM Gangadhar Rao, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. And TM Muhammad Albalooshi, 4 minutes, 35 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you, presiding officer. But there is no use now to asking the timing, but the time is gone to ask the timer report. I will mention in my report. Thank you. Now let's invite our second evaluator, who will be evaluating Toastmasters Gangadhar Rao's speech, What is My Purpose? from dynamic leadership path level 1, project 1 called the icebreaker project. So let us see by the evaluator how much Gangadhar Rao break the ice or he melted the ice. Over to you, DTM Khalid Jalal. Floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, especially for the phrase break or melt the ice. What is my purpose in life? And let me say, what an eye-opening, motivational, and inspirational speech delivered by our speaker, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao, with a beautiful quote towards the end from an inspirational leader, Dalai Lama. If you can't help anyone, don't hurt them. Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao walked us through his purpose of his life, and that life cycle, which he explained to us, is really, really amazing. He started with telling us he thought he has a purpose in life, but what it is, he doesn't know. So he thought completing the studies and then getting a job is a purpose of life. He was so happy and worshipping the job because that was the purpose of his life. Then he thought that is not serving his purpose. He was not satisfied. Then he thought, why not get married? So he got married and he thought that is the purpose in life. But his purpose changed when he became a father. So the life cycle continued till he became a father. But then he also felt that is not the end. I have something else in my life. So he took us to the next cycle of his purpose of life, where he read a quote from from the great inspirational leader Dalai Lama. And that quote, if you can't help, don't hurt, change his life. And that become his purpose of life of helping others. What a noble and adorable purpose of life you have chosen for yourself, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao. Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao, I found you very confident while speaking, very well prepared, great transitions in your life cycle you shared with us, and you started your speech with the proper test of the audio and video. You have not just started. Excellent. What I found is you started your meeting with closed hands. Try to avoid that. Keep the arms open or down. That shows, closed hands shows sign of nervousness. We always talk about it. Keep your arms open. Bring some facial expressions as you change your topic, as you do a transition or you're talking about expression. Bring some facial expressions so we know that something is changing in your life. Overall, great speech, great lesson you have shared with us, great delivery style, great time management. Just focus on the gestures and you have done a great speech, and I wish you all the best with the next project. You not only broken your ice, you melted the ice, and we can see the whole Bahrain is floated. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, DTM Khalid Jalal, for your so wonderful evaluation for his speech. Move on, the next third evaluator will be evaluating the Toastmasters Muhammad Al-Sai's speech, Climate Change. A presentation mastery path, level 1, project 2, evaluation and feedback, speech 1. Please help me welcome Toastmasters Santosh Abraham to evaluate his speech. Toastmaster Santosh Abraham, floor is yours.
Climate change is the greatest threat to our existence. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my speaker in particular. A casual but a confident start. You know, he portrayed the passion that he was very, very passionate about the subject that he's coming across with. And a very direct subject, a very adorable way of presenting it across. He came across, connected across to make sure that we are in his speech. So that he mentioned about the climate being yellow, the skies being yellow and gray instead of blue, so that we could all relate here in Bahrain. And then he gave examples to other places and how the COVID-19 situations has recovered the climate. He moved across with that, so that he carried us across with him on the speech. Very descriptive use of words, very soft voice. I like that part. And nice use of gestures with his hands and his words and his gestures complemented his words. And he did bring in some personal incidents too of how he found that the climate changes really impacted the world. And that made it so quite much more real as to what we could relate to. To make this speech or to improve much better or to improve the climate of the speech, I have a few suggestions. And I would like to say that the first and the foremost is that try to add in, for a wonderful speaker like you with a wonderful subject like this, try to add in a little more contents, because your speech was restricted to 4.35 minutes, where you had the whole 7 minutes in hand. So if you had more contents, we would have loved to hear more from a person who had so much of knowledge in the subject. And we had another thing is that, for a confident speaker like you, we would have loved to see you to stand up and speak, so that not just your words, your body would speak along with you. And if you elaborate a personal story about a climate disaster and bring in a bit of emotion, you'll be able to persuade the audience also to go along with you and to do the things that will make the climate much better. A personal story is one way of really convincing and persuading the people to follow your traits. And I would like to say that for a speaker like you with a punch dialogue of this sort, and with a topic of this relevance, a great conclusion, a powerful conclusion, which could be a quote, which could be some kind of props, could be a wonderful way of concluding it across. In summary, a very relevant topic, confident start, good knowledge of the subject, good voice, good hand gestures. You can improve by just adding more contents, standing up and speaking, bringing in a personal emotional story, work on a stronger conclusion. You can include all those points and bring in the same speech. We would love to hear the same speech. In fact, the same speech has a lot of contents to deliver across with you, and you are a pioneer in this subject. And we would like to hear from you. You are a great speaker, and the focus is on you. And we'd love that speech to be continued one more time. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer and the Evaluator, Toastmaster Santosh. As we witnessed all our evaluators given the CRC-based evaluation. So CRC-based commendation, recommendation, again commendation. So I will not more describe about any speaker's evaluation. Thank you all for your evaluations. We are now done with the evaluation round, and we shall move on the reports of the timer, grammarian, and accountant. So to start off, let's call on the grammarian. Please welcome passionate Toastmaster, grammarian, Toastmaster Fatima Farjana. I apologize if pronounce is not clear, and floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I have made note of all the excellent grammar usage. TM Khalid explained different communication styles in a colorful way. TM Gangadhar Rao used metaphors to describe his purpose of life and stated the quote used by Dalai Lama. Muhammad Al-Sai, it was clear, and message to save the environment. All the table topic speakers' speeches were clear and concise. All the evaluators and their evaluations were excellent with clear language. Let's see who used the word of the day. TM Ahmed 4 times, TM Dinesh Kumar twice, TM Santosh once. And my apologies if I have missed out anyone here. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, grammarian, Toastmaster Fatima Farjana. I think I used the word of the day many times, unaccountable, so it's okay. Thank you very much. Next, please welcome the accountant to provide his report, Toastmaster Muhammad Nirod. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Here is my accountant report. Before that, I would like to explain. I have broken down the report into 2 categories. Number 1, as filler sound that has been used, and number 2, overused words. So under filler sounds, TM Ikaruddin, he has used filler sounds 15 times. TM Khalid Jalal, none. TM Gangadhar Rao 7 times. TM Santosh 16 times. TM Ahmed Albalooshi 30 times. TM Ahmed Albalooshi 8 times. TM Amit 4 times. Mr. Abid Ali, our guest, 10 times. TM Wasim 1 time. And the general evaluator, TM Dinesh, 5 times. The number 2, which is overused words, used by TM Khalid, 1 time the word used but. And TM Santosh, TM Muhammad Al-Sai, overused words like you know, 9 times. TM Amit used the word and 1 time. And Abid Al-Ali, our guest, he used I, and 3 times, you know, 1 time. In total, 4 times. That's it from my side. Back to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmasters Muhammad Niroj, for the report. I think you should prepare the record of the king or queen of the filler words for today's meeting. Now it is time for the timer's report. Please welcome timer to provide his timing report. Toastmaster Wasim Hassan, floor is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Good evening once again. Prepared speeches, DTM Khalid 7 minutes, TM Gangadhar 5 minutes 10 seconds, TM Muhammad Al-Sai 4 minutes 35 seconds, table topic contestants, TM Niroz 2 minutes 2 seconds, TM Amit 1 minute 53 seconds, TM Muhammad Al-Sai 2 minutes, and our guest Abid Ali 2 minutes 8 seconds. Speech evaluation, TM Vikaruddin 3 minutes 11 seconds, DTM Khalid 3 minutes 6 seconds, TM Santosh Ibrahim 3 minutes 12 seconds. All are qualified. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasim Hassan, for the report. And now it is my turn to give my general evaluation report. And I will ask the timer. You can time my speech also too for the same 2 to 3 minutes. Same as the other evaluation. Virtual meeting room was open. First of all, I'm going a little bit fast because your meeting is very late. So it is okay for you, or let me go slow. I feel I'm speaking very high, I think.
No, you carry on. We would like to hear from you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So virtual meeting room was opened well in advance to join the attendees for networking and checking the audio video quality. Sergeant at arms called the meeting properly, read out the club mission and ground rules of the virtual meeting. Attendees were warmly greeted. Come turns to the presiding officer called the meeting in order by describing the theme of the day. Guests were welcome and recognized by the presiding officer, our president, club president, and meeting agenda was adopted. Presiding officer giving the proper introduction of the Toastmasters of the evening at the start and taking the reports from the club officers about the educational award or the membership renewal during the business session. Toastmasters of the evening. Toastmasters of the evening have a proper opening, well explained the theme, lead the meeting in very professional manner, and put a lot of effort to discover about the role players and the speakers. All role players and speakers were properly introduced by the Toastmasters of the evening in a very crispy flavor. Speakers delivered their speech diligently and will not elaborate more, as I told you before, they are evaluators giving the evaluation of the speeches. Best speaker survey link was shared to the audience to select the best speaker. Table topic master. Wow, I was not able to understand that table topic master going to conduct any raffle draw or conducting the table topic speech. A big hats off to adorable Toastmaster, Muhammad Vikaruddin, who conducted his session in a very innovative manner and without any partiality or force to anyone, and it was the luck of the speaker where that spin will stop. There are some areas of the improvement which you can take as a very critic observation from me, which I will recommend. Now I have a few recommendations on the meeting as a whole. Start with the timing. Time management is the integral part of the Toastmasters International. So we have to maintain the time schedule by reducing the possible script of our intro of our regular speakers. Presiding officer called on the meeting in order only the 7 minutes late, it will be considerable as per the agenda. And it is still running behind the time. It would be more better if we allow the audience by allowing the 1 minute time to give the feedback after every speaker, which I follow in my club. You can ignore it if you are not following in your club. Toastmasters of the evening take the timing report before launching the survey for the best speaker, as he launched the survey before getting the timing report. All role players, I would recommend to come with a script if you are not well versed in your speaking or new role taker, as our timer was struggling to explain his role properly. Last but not the least, agenda must be adopted by the presiding officer, not by a club member. As I heard, presiding officer asked to adopt the agenda by a member, while you have to ask the member to propose the agenda to adoption, and the someone a second member can the second it, then you have to adopt the agenda. As per my club, if you can ignore it if it is the specific for you. Strongly recommend not to spotlight the speaker, as it's hide the timer window for the speaker. So whoever want to he or she want to see the speaker view, they can open in the speaker view in their screen. Other good points are that all the role players are awesome, explain his or her duties well and give it good reports. Everyone in attendance had an opportunity to speak, and most important point, I noticed that all speech evaluators use the CRC pattern to evaluate the speech, which I believe will boost up most of the speakers. We have learned something new and had a fun by the table topic. I now return control of the meeting to our Toastmasters of the day, and thank you to all of you giving this opportunity to me to join your club as a general evaluator. Thank you. Over to you, presiding officer. Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, for this lovely, adorable closing for